Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Your title was Is Radical Rick a Fraud? Well, everyone has their definition of what fraud is, but to me personally, if you're being true to yourself, you're not a fraud. If you're being honest with yourself primarily and then others, you are not a fraud. You talked about how a lot of people would say Radical Rick is just in YouTube to get views, and he's just in YouTube to get ad revenue, and he's just in YouTube to talk about YouTubers to get views and to get ad revenue. Well, I would say that 95% Adam3k3 of people that are currently doing that. Did I bring up Tipster earlier? I forget how I started this, but by the way, YouTube recommended a Tipster upload to me. I suppose Tipster's getting enough views now to where YouTube is recommending his uploads to people randomly, but I have no interest in Tipster. Tipster would be one of those people that I would say is just uploading certain things to get views. 90 to 95% of people that are currently in the quote-unquote YouTuber commentary game are only uploading things specifically to get views. That's how I stand apart from a lot of things. Like, for instance, Adam3k3, for me to upload this, you didn't need to have 1 million subscribers. You have 418 subscribers, right? Now, should I judge you by that subscriber count? Or should I judge you by how many comments you have in the comment section? I think I should judge you by your uploads, your commentaries. And I like your uploads. I like your commentaries, right? I don't think you do this specifically just to get views. I think you, like myself, upload things because you have something to share. You have a craft. You want to express yourself on YouTube. A lot of people lost sight with that, and they focus on the views and the subs and all that kind of jazz. Now, could you make an argument that all the people that are just trying to do whatever they can to get views and subs, are they frauds? You know, it's an interesting argument here, but yeah, I think what people mean to say, if they say that I'm a fraud, primarily, probably, there's a lot of people that are jealous out there of me because I've been able to stay truthful and honest in my 5 years on YouTube. So there's always going to be people jealous of you for different reasons, and then you're going to have haters for different reasons. But I'm just so confused that there's so many people that have been jealous and been hating on me throughout the years, even though I've been one of the most honest. I do get, though, I admit Adam3k3, because you say that there's a lot of people angry with Radical Rick because he shows people like a truth about a lot of these YouTubers that they don't want to see. You know, I ruin it for a lot of people. I ruin the YouTubers for a lot of people. Because before, they're like, you know what? I didn't think that guy was really begging, but yeah, he's begging. I didn't think that guy was scamming people, but you know what, Rick? You showed me that. So it's always going to be part of, like, I would say, my legacy on YouTube, you know. But you got me to word time, Adam3k3, because I'm kind of coming to terms with the fact that I'm kind of moving on, and I really don't care as much about YouTube as I used to. Or certain aspects of it. Like, I said something, what was it, in one upload? Like, how many years am I supposed to keep doing this? Keep exposing YouTubers? And for it not to really have a landmark change on the platform. You know, I marked it out. You know, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again without expecting a different result. Well, I don't see any scenario to where there could be a big different result on something like e-begging on YouTube or scamming or manipulation. I don't see a big change in that on a big scale. So I don't know. I'm kind of at a crossroads because I personally don't have the same passion. I don't care as much about exposing and all that kind of stuff as I do maybe just talking about things I would like to talk about and figuring out kind of what that is. Because, you know, it would be sad for me to actually just devote the rest of my freaking life to talking about, you know, YouTubers. I don't know. I'm even kind of disinterested in this, and I'm trying to get interest for this, but it's just hard. It's hard to have the same interest for YouTube because you come to a realization that all in all, YouTube doesn't mean a whole lot. It amounts to a hill of beans in the realm of the entire world. What does Radical Rick want? What does Rick want? What do I want? I mean, what do I do? Do I come on here and actually become a fraud and pretend that I actually care as much as I used to? Should I be angry? Should I manifest an anger that I admittedly actually did have years ago? I did get on YouTube. I did get angry when I would go to a channel and I would try to enjoy the channel, but then at the end of it there would be a Patreon plug. I'd be like, what the fuck is a Patreon plug doing here? But I'm not that same person. I don't have that same kind of anger towards e-begging as I did. And I did. I was not a fraud. I actually did legitimately get very angry at times about e-begging. And looking back, I mean, it's kind of funny. There's an aspect that's kind of funny because, there's a lot of things out there in life that are a lot worse than e-begging on YouTube. There's a lot worse things out there. But I was just kind of caught up in it. I think a lot of people kind of came by and they egged me on, the radical army and all that kind of stuff. And you get caught up in it and I don't know. YouTube is a funny place is what I'm saying. YouTube is a funny, weird place. So what would being a fraud mean? To me, I think being a fraud would be somebody that's dishonest. Do people still want me to take it to e-beggars? Is there still a place for that? Does that still maybe possibly help some people out there to educate people? Sure, I guess. Might I do that in the future? Sure, I guess. Maybe with a disclaimer, though, that I'm just doing this for educational reasons. I personally am not super invested in this commentary. Maybe that, possibly, I don't know.